2025 Times Magazine. So there was like a lot of hours of coverage on the television. Like millions of people were exposed to this emotional intelligence at that time. Initially, Daniel Goleman was the person first who introduced about this emotional intelligence or EQ to the world. Oh, sorry. So, so what is this emotional intelligence exactly? So, it is the ability to use this awareness to manage our behavior and also relationship with others. So when we see this, like see, like IQ will be the only when we compare it with an iceberg. So the IQ will be just the tip of the iceberg, and there is a lot of the thing that is under the water that is emotional intelligence. So, what is the difference between IQ and emotional intelligence exactly? IQ is what we calculate by standardized tests and it develops with age. And it's like intellectual ability and how we learn, how we understand, how we apply things, how we think abstractly and everything. But emotional intelligence is like more, it is more related to the emotions, to think, to enhance our reasoning. And it is found that those with high IQ are able to manage their emotions well and use their emotions to facilitate their thinking and understand the emotions of others also. So, what is EI exactly? So, it is like utilizing your emotions to determine for the right purpose at right time and with the right person. It's not just being nice to people or suppressing our emotions or being happy always or agreeing with everyone or like being happy, staying calm, or attempting to be like a robot or attempting to be like or like being passive. It's not competence is again divided into self-awareness and also self-management. And again, social competence will be social awareness and relationship management. There are four quadrants. So let us go details into each of them. So first we talk about the self-awareness. What is this? This is the ability to recognize and understand our moods, emotions, drives, and as well as the effect on others. What are the hallmarks of this is like self-confidence, realistic self-assessment, and self-depreciating sense of humor. So this is the basic foundation skill for the emotional intelligence. The more we are self-aware about it will make the skill, it will improve our skills, and our emotional intelligence also will be high. As our self awareness increases, our support our strengths, and to use these strengths to the fullest extent and to know how they are going to impact people. Okay. Awareness is by embracing the feedback, like we continuously ask for feedback from others, or we just like by looking at them, or like how they react to our talk, or just how they react to us, we take the feedback from the people. And usually around at times we wait lot of time for and also like try to focus on go on improving suggestion from a trusted person, what our trusted friend or a colleague talks about us, then we can increase our self-awareness. And like we can ask, are there any specific situations where people with whom I tend to let my emotions get the best of me? Or like, is there anything that I do much that is like I can tone down a certain behavior? What holds me back from managing my emotions effectively? This is like we should maintain a diary about ourselves. It's like keeping a journal of our feelings, or like make a list of our goals, predict how you feel and how others feel about that, and try to ask the feedback regularly. The next thing is like how to get the self-awareness strategy. It is like observe the ripple effects from your emotions, visit your values, check yourself, and to like make you think about the things, or like how how well react to a few situations, or like how strategy. And ability to control or redirect disruptive impulses and moods. For acting is managing ourselves. So the hallmarks will be trustworthiness and integrity, comfort with ambiguity, and openness to change. So self management will be like when you have to act and when you shouldn't. Success comes to those who can put their needs on hold and continue worthiness, conscientiousness, and adaptability, achievement, orientation, and initiative. These all become the components of self-management. So it is like choosing the emotions you want to experience. It is ability to use the awareness of your emotions to stay flexible and direct your behavior positively. So not letting others push your buttons. It is dependent on your self-awareness. The more you have the self-aware about yourself, the self-management skills automatically increase. And the management of your self-reactions, emotional reactions to situations and also to people. So, what is the self management tip? So, it's like see some controversy somewhere, and just suddenly yell at someone. Like there may be like even though it may be like we feel that it's we are better now after just suddenly shouting at them or reacting badly to them. It's like a temporary relief only, but a major harm is done to our relationship. So when our relationships are not voluntarily, like suppose our friends are acting, they really don't want to make friendship with us, but like this, just they are doing the duty kind of thing rather than like maintaining an intimate relationship with us, then that is not going to work. Even with the friends or colleagues at work, this will minimize the time. So the relation should be always voluntary from either side. So how we can increase our self management? That is like take control of your self talk. Like when we are angry, then count on 10, smile and laugh more, and learn a valuable lesson from everyone we encounter. Like whoever, maybe like from our colleagues, friends, or someone. Wherever when we have friends during our travel, also we try to learn something from them. Means like if you people are critical adapted, we should learn to make it constructive thing and take time out if you are really so stressed out. Get some time about like situations, think about them and think of your emotions, and like if you feel that this thought is not going to work and it is going to be more negative, try to replace it with a more positive thought. Okay. Then next, let us go to the social awareness. This is the social part of the thing. The social awareness is like it is the ability to understand the emotions of the people whom we deal with. And the hallmarks will be we should be empathetic enough, organizational awareness should be there, and service oriented. So the ability to accurately pick up the emotions in other people and understand, we should perceive what others are thinking and how they are feeling, see the situation from others' perspective, staying focused and absorbing critical information. Even if others are more of an, they give a negative response to us, also like we should think and focus on that, and like we should try to improvise the situation. Like in films also, yeah, like if the film gets a best critic, then like the director will understand how to focus and he may improve his next film. Listening and observing the are the critical skills which includes like stop talking and stop the monologue in your head. Like a few people may have the habit of continuously talking without like they aren't bothered about what like whether others are taking what you're saying, or like whether others are really interested in listening to you, but they just keep on talking. That we should avoid. So it's like in social awareness, like in the social competence part, the social awareness is the fundamental thing. Like the self awareness is the fundamental thing in the self competence. In social awareness, in social competence, the social awareness is the fundamental skill. You should be able to recognize and understand others' emotions. This is the critical thing here. And the main thing is like we should be more listening kind of people and more observing. These are the most important elements. So social, oh sorry. So social awareness examples, like poor examples are like see like the colleague who talks over you when you are trying to make a point. Like he'll be continuously talking and not recognizing the need to validate other person's perspective before sharing your point of view. When someone is reaching out for help or prolonged avoidance of people with whom you have conflict or tension in the relationship. These will be the social poor examples of social awareness, and we should try maximal. We should avoid these situations to a maximum extent. So, if people are critical to means like what we should do, like we should like try to be a constructive way and try to help ourselves always in that situation. So, next comes that how to improve our self awareness. How to increase our self awareness is like walk in the means like we should think in terms of other person's perspective, like we should think like walk in their shoes, like that is your ability to recognize and understand others opinions, that is the emotions that come with them, is critical to the quantity of your relationship is happening. Then listening, this is the main skill that is required. Good listeners don't assume that they know everything or understand the situation before hearing what someone else is saying exactly. So they listen and look for the facts of the situation and then analyze the emotions surrounding it. And cues, you should be able to understand the emotional cues given by the other person. Seek out like trusted friends or colleagues to help you. And non-verbal communication also, like we should focus on the tone of the voice, facial expressions, body language, and gestures also. And we should have a check on the things like tell them your perception is what they're going through and see if it is accurate. Don't be afraid to ask the kind of questions you really can't ask during a typical conversation. So, like when others are talking to you, they should feel that like this person is going to really help me. Finally, ask them if they are attempting to deliver any unspoken messages. Sometimes people just don't want to say flat out how they feel about something, so they drop hints. So, we should be able to catch those cues and try to help them. And here, the basic thing is like patient. Pay close attention to the interaction with other people. Be aware what they are saying, how they say it, and what exactly they want to say. Identify other people's emotions, respond to the external events, and someone greeting them or asking them to do something. Think about the feelings. How does the people's emotion make you feel? Think before you answer and give clear answers to the questions what they are asking. If they don't understand, try to explain again also. So social awareness strategies will be like greeting people by name, less that I'll like my the chances. Sorry. What they're saying by the gestures or like from the cues, you can ask them directly. So what they want to say and what they are saying, you can ask them if you're not going to understand. Just don't think a person maybe say. And here, like for the facial expression is how the person may look when he's sad, and in anger, like we can observe some changes around the eyes, in the surprise, how the person looks, and in the happiness. I just took the basic emotions so that we can have a look of those things. Then next, go to other relationship management. This is the second part in the social competence. So, what is relationship management? It is the proficiency in managing relationships and building networks, and ability to find common ground and building the rapport. The hallmarks will be effectiveness in leading change, persuasiveness, and service orientation. It should be like more of offering some altruistic kind of thing, helping others and all. So social skills, it's like building relationship, include various skills like having influence on things like leadership skills and developing others, communication, changing the catalyst and conflict management, building bonds, doing teamwork and collaboration. These all come under the relationship management. It often taps on your abilities. That is like it depends more on the like other skills. Actually, relationship management will be more dependent on the self awareness, self management, and also on the social awareness. So if all the prior three are good, then we automatically like will have more of this relationship management. It is ability to use your awareness of your emotions and others to manage the interaction successfully. That means that the relationship part should be successful. It's not just being friendly, it's more than being friendly. It's like they should take effort and intention to get the best form of the situation and manage the way people respond. It's not just like being friendly, it doesn't mean that we are good at relationship management. So the next one is relationship management thing. So it's like remember the emotions play a role in every interaction you have with another person, whether you are aware of them or not. Emotions often the ability to spot the emotions in the midst of an interaction, understand their influence, and respond effectively is the sense of the relationship management. It's not just the words we are taking, we should more focus on the emotions. This can be very hard to do, but the main thing will be recognize the emotions of yours and also others, recognize your mistake, make a fair repair by acknowledging your mistake, show empathy, and be earnest. So, like the bringing the skills together, like we should recognize our mistakes and we should be able to repair them also. So relationship management strategies, like we should be open, curious, take feedback well, build trust, acknowledge other person's feelings, tackle a tough conversation. Remember the little things that can pack a punch. So it's not an overnight process. Like it should be cultured like over time. It's like self awareness and also the social awareness. These things should be improved first. So, how we are going to increase our emotional intelligence? The research has shown that people improve their emotional intelligence most when the following conditions are present. That is, like when they have strong emotion to learn or change, or when they practice new behaviors consistently, or when they see feedback on their own behavior. These are the conditions where, like, the people show increase improvement in their emotional intelligence. Then how to develop your emotional intelligence? Like first define who you are, that is like self-awareness, and define what you want to do, want to keep, and identify behaviors which you want to develop. Experiment with a new behavior, reflect on the outcome, and practice a new behavior if you feel that these things are to be cultured more. So, and there can be some emotional red flags, like which we should be able to correct them. Like that is like emotional red flags can be like use of sarcasm or inappropriate humor, door slamming, and email letter bomb. These things like withdrawal and isolation, holding grudges, and passive aggressive behavior. These can be a red flag signs and breakdown. These are the things that can decrease your emotional intelligence. So we'll try to avoid these situations as much as possible. So, like I was talking like about how to take feedback from others. So, like the feedback is like we should Ask others, like ask your like there are many things, like ask, listen, think, thank, respond, involve, change, and follow up. So how we are going to take the feedback? It's like asking, like ask the co-workers for the feedback. The act of asking sends the message that you value their opinion. So that is the main thing in asking. It's like we are not going to make ourselves low by asking what others will feel. Is what they are saying. Do not evaluate. Accept their opinion. I'm not going to reevaluate the situation and make it positive for us. We should take it exactly what they are saying and think about their input before responding. Avoid overacting. So before let them means take the input initial means we'll ask them for the feedback, and if we are going to talk about that, then they may not give a feedback properly. So just before responding, take their input and don't overreact to that situation. And we should express gratitude when they are giving their feedback. Express your appreciation for the feedback, letting you know that they think may require courage. Take time to personally thank people. So we should, whenever someone gives any suggestion or feedback for what we are doing, we should take some time and personally thank them and respond to the people who gave you the feedback. After careful thought, let them know what items you plan to change. So when they give suggestion, you can tell them okay, these issues to improvise myself. By publicly committing, you are more likely to change behavior. It's not talking to them personally. You can in a gathering also, you can say these are the things which I'm going to improvise myself, or in the project or something, we are going to do these changes after taking suggestions from all of you. You can say like that. And involve the co-workers. We should involve and do work with them. Co-workers, we should involve co-workers in the process, as if they will give you ongoing feedback. Like it should be like when we involve all the participants, like all the workers in your project, they'll continuously giving the feedback, and you can rectify them. Whatever the problem is there, you can rectify always immediately. Ask if they can keep it for the if keep it future focused. Means ask them to be continuously focused on the project, and also give the feedback regularly. Taking the feedback, if you don't do any changes, then that won't help much. So try to change something and practice a new behavior if required. And follow up with your coworkers always. Ask them whether anything for them, or in the project, or something. Really wow, means started trying the new behavior or something like that. When you start to say you can means practicing a new behavior, we'll ask them for the feedback again, and if this if you get from their suggestion, they will try to suggest again and again. So it was observed see emotional intelligence score, a study was done, and emotional intelligence was scored between different employees, and the highest was found in the manager position. So it's because he's going to manage everything, na? Like a lot of people will be working under him, and he's able to manage a big group. And the lowest, not in the lowest sense, the little was found in the CEO group, because he's more separated from all of the people. But manager will be more related to them, more he works along with them. The co-workers will be always around him, so he keeps on taking the suggestions and trying to modify them. And so that is why he got the more emotional intelligence score. And next comes the supervisor level, and the next is the director, and next individual contributor, and this is the graph. Okay. So what should be our action plan to improve our emotional intelligence? So it's pick up an emotional intelligence skill we want to work on. Pick three strategies to begin using for your chosen skill. So we should choose a mentor to guide in improving our emotional intelligence. Keep following in mind as you apply. Don't means like we can expect success, but it's not. We don't expect the perfection. Like we should be like continuously like working on it. Practice, 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 and be patient. And try to measure your progress always. Like there will be some questionnaires and also like some scoring sheets which you can always assess your progress. So this is the graph, like when they quoted, like when the study was done, say like 68% of the people receive an emotional quotient score between 65 to 85, and only 16% receive score above 85 and 16% below 65. So most of the people score 75 out of 100. So so in order to be successful and fulfilled nowadays, you must learn to make maximize your emotional quotient skills. For those who blend reason and feeling, achieve the greatest results. This was the saying by Dr. Tavis Bradbury and Jean Graves. So this ends my presentation. And if you want to like go through few books for emotional intelligence, like the person which I was telling, like Daniel Goleman, who introduced about the emotional intelligence to the world. So this is the book, and emotional intelligence 2.2 and like personal intelligence. These are the three books you can always go through. So this ends my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We have a question. I'll just
Yeah,
drop.
yeah.
Guys, if you have any questions, you can anonymously ask in the query form that has been put in the chat. I have one question there. I'll just put it in the chat for you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
I should stop this screen
Yeah,
presentation.
you can. You can stop. Is there something that would help me manage my emotions, like some habits or routines?
Like what my emotions?
Is there something that would help me manage my emotions? Maybe like certain habits or routines.
No, emotions in the sense like positive emotions or like anger or disgust. In that, like we should do some anger management skills, some relaxation techniques also can help, like JPMR or some even yoga and meditation also can help. And also, first try to analyze what exactly is causing that emotion. Try to analyze the antecedent of this emotion. So then we can manage it. Like when we avoid those antecedents which are causing those emotions, like either happiness or anger or anything. So what are the situations that are going to cause these emotions? Suppose like we are unhappy that we got less marks in our exams. The main reason will be that we didn't study for the exam. So if we can plan some, we can schedule some timetable and plan our studies before hand, then we can definitely score some good marks, and we don't have that much stress when we are getting the marks. So these are the things. Try to first analyze the antecedents which are causing, and also like there are some situations which are like there are some inevitable situations we may feel low or something like that. Then we can practice some relaxation techniques, yoga or meditation or like that. It's like an emotion focus thing. It's like we should focus. It's like after talking to the person only we can suggest like what exactly that can be done at that time.
Anybody, any questions? Please, you can either put it in the form or you can even unmute yourself and ask.
I thought like there will be some 20 minutes of a question answer session, so I rushed to my presentation answer.
That's okay. No, no, no. That's okay, ma'am. It was a very nice presentation. I personally, I wanted to know. So, like, for EQ, because nowadays everybody, all the corporates, everybody asks for EQ.
Mm.
So, what is there? You gave some tips, but is there something that we can do on a daily basis to increase our EQ? Is
Yeah,
there
that
something?
is the thing, na? Like when we are doing that is what I'm saying. Take the feedback regularly and try to when like there will be two components, na? Like self component and the social component. The self component is like we should recognize ourselves, like a self awareness. Like we should know like what are our strengths and what are our like what we can't do and what we can do. and also regularly take feedback from others. And the same thing is like we should like understand what others are exactly feeling. So this thing, what happens nowadays is like we are more like self. We are like it's like a selfish kind of society it has become nowadays. So it shouldn't be like that. We should like focus on others, what they want, what really means, what exactly they need. It's not like when we means like we help our friends even if they need it or not, but when we help them when they really need it, then that is the main most appreciated thing. That is what like we should focus on, like ourselves and also like others. It's like a mutual thing. It should be from like a self perspective and also societal perspective, the awareness about like others and all, like what they want and
Are
what.
there so when you go on Google, you see a lot of EQ tests and all. Is there any specific, test that which can actually help the students to understand where exactly their EQ lies? That can be a first step, right? So would
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like just it means like there are like what I told you, four levels. Like the four levels, each will have a questionnaire exactly. So like for social self awareness, there will be a questionnaire. For self competence, there will be a questionnaire, and also social awareness, there will be questionnaires like that. We can know. So
Okay.
there are a lot of questionnaires, and we can know about that. Like if you want me to share, I will try sharing the
Yes, please.
questionnaire.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's also another question. You can
Yeah,
answer this and you can share.
yeah. Somebody's they're sharing on the.
Uh, I I have never been able to have a true friend because I'm not able to show the real me. I act like a different person and not able to share my feelings when someone wants to have a friendship with me. How to change to get true friends?
No, it is like, see, yeah, nobody, it's like you're thinking low about yourself. It's not like it's the skill we should develop. Like when you go, means like you're hesitating to go and talk to them. First, go and talk to them. Initially, nobody is like going to excel from their birth. Once we start doing only, initially, like from LKG, we'll be starting with alphabets only. We cannot write a 10th exam initially. So, like, start doing, work on it. Look, go and talk to your friends. The first person need not be your best friend. After continuously like making friends with many person, maybe a 10th person or maybe a 50th person will be your friend. So like continuously maintain relationship with them, continuously go on talking with them and try to find a common topic which you can address between both of you. Maybe like he's interested into politics and you may be interested in movies, then that cannot work. So like try to bring a common topic which interests both of you and you can talk on that. It's not like you cannot make or you can share. Means it's always like try to share what you want to share with your friend, and then observe how he's reacting to your how means yeah, when you are sharing. See if he's interested, then you can go ahead and share. That is what I have posted some pics about the facial expressions. Na? That those cues you should be able to catch. Really, if they are interested on what you are saying or not. If they are interested, then you can go ahead and also give time for other person to talk about. And so it shouldn't be a one-way talk. You should talk something, then again he should give feedback on that. Then again try to means like what if he wants to share something, you can definitely listen to him and give some suggestions like that. That you can do. You can start with a slow, make a slow start, then you can definitely do it. Okay.
You were going to share that
Yeah, yeah.
test.
Yeah, I'm searching.
Guys, if you have any questions, please do ask. You can ask anonymously in this form. I'll just post it for those who just came in. You can anonymously ask questions right away, and ma'am will answer it right away. Thank you. Ma'am, there is a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually, from when we focus on EQ as the environmental setup and upbringing matters?
So like usually when we can focus in on IQ as the environmental setup and upbringing matter. It's not like there is no certain time to focus. It's like it should be cultured from young age itself. It's not like from even like when child starts understanding at 1 year or 2 years of age, we should definitely focus on that. It's like initially the parents will be focusing on that. Then after that, once the child grows, then he can focus on that. Because the main thing, the EQ has means it has gained importance because like the people with the high emotional intelligence are doing well in their profession. They're means like they're in the high level category, like in the manager level or something like that. They're not in the fourth class level. They're doing well in the first class level job. So that is why it should be cultured from the childhood itself. Maybe yeah, it's not like this is too early to start or something like that. For his age, for a even a 1 year old can be started on like what, how to understand and how to behave and all those things we can definitely address. Means like for a 1 year old child, it will be more like a modeling kind of thing. How parents behave in front of him. Means suppose if he spills something on the floor, if we scold him and like if we are going to bank him for that, then he may learn the same thing. Other like if we means like if we say that this if you spill it over, then like we are not going to get it. Like if we make him understand why it is not good to spill things over, then he will definitely understand. Then he will at that time also we can understand, we can make him understand how we are going to get those things. It's not like we are going to get them from trees or like that we have to go and purchase things and we should get like those things we can make him understand. So I'll try sharing that 1 second. So this is like for our self awareness. Like these are the questionnaires I'm sharing the this one like worksheet instructions. So these are the questionnaires like self awareness. Like when I woke up in this morning, how we are feeling and exactly. So when I was commuting to work, I was feeling like when I first go to work, how you're feeling, and by mid morning, how we are feeling. This is like self awareness about ourselves. These are the questions. And these are the list of the emotions. Like there are a lot of emotions exactly. So like we should list out which emotions we are more into. These are also again the emotions. These things we should be focused on. Like these are the questions about the self awareness. These questions we should be asking about ourselves. So when we are going to bed, how we are going to feel after dinner, an hour later, and everything. So we should make a diary of our emotions every day. And the other one will be like building how to seek feedback from others. This I have shared in the slide. Na? The feedback I have shared it already.
And the follow up, and
Yeah,
ask.
that circle thing is there. Na?
Yes, yes, yes.
This one. How this is the main thing exactly. Like the feedback is the main thing that revolves around everything in the emotional intelligence. Like asking for feedback. Sorry, I'll have water. Thank you. Sorry.
That's
So,
okay.
like, so we should ask regularly. We should ask whom we will ask. We will not ask everyone who comes. We should ask with whom we are working initially, like with our co-workers or with our best friends or colleagues. We will ask. Then when we are asking, now then they will understand like how much we are valuing their opinion and listening to what they are saying, what they are exactly saying, and accept what exactly that we shouldn't like reanalyze it and think positively about it. We should like listen what exactly whether it is good or bad. We should take it, then think about it, and then try to act on it and thank them for their feedback, giving a response to them, and involving them also in your work. And depending on their suggestion, we should try to change or practice new behavior and then giving a follow up and asking them for the follow up also. So these are the things we should take up while taking the feedback. These things will help us a lot in improving our emotional intelligence. Here, more we are giving importance to the society. And the social intelligence and emotional intelligence go hand in hand. So, like, we should improve both together.
Ma'am, there is another question. What
Yeah.
decision should we take and how to deliver it when we face a dilemma? Like
Hmm.
suppose I am in public service job and one of my very close family member asked me to do a favor for him or her, and that demand is not very ethical. See, at that time we want to help them, but we are also aware of the duty we are supposed to do, both taken. What should be the strategy to take the correct decision? I guess this comes under emotional intelligence.
Yeah, so it is like, this can come under emotional maturity. It is more like how we are going to tell them. So they may be like asking us to do a favor which is not in our hands. So like, you can tell them softly that this is not my perspective and like this cannot be done because there can be a negative aspect that are going around it. Like you can explain them in detail. So then they can understand. They may take it negatively, but even then, if you are not going to do one or two times, then they can understand that this is not going to help them. So in that, na, this is like what we say. This is our skill of denying what others are saying. So like if we go to a party and our friends are into our drugs, so then even if they force us, then we cannot take it because then that is not good for health and also that is not legal thing. At that time we are going to deny it. In the same way, this situation also you can deny them directly, but like in a smooth manner. We cannot like we can't shout at them or something like that, but you can just say them smoothly like this is not going to happen because like these are the circumstances that the which you are asking can lead to these circumstances. There can be difficulty to you or means to me and to you also, like the other persons involved in that. So only for your benefit I cannot do all the things, and when it is going to cause harm to others also, like there are a lot of people who will suffer from the benefit which I am giving to you, that you can explain.
And there's another question. Yeah, will we lose our sense of individuality if we always ask others, like completely believing in what they say about us?
No, no, no. Here we just take a feedback only. We are not going to ask them what everything. We need not believe what really. That is what Lana, like in self awareness. I was asking you to take feedback from your best friends or best colleagues only. So not that is what, like when we are going to take feedback from the co-workers whom we are working, then we will understand. We not give importance to everybody's suggestion. We will analyze the suggestions given by them and then we act accordingly. So if somebody says like if our project costs around some 10,000 rupees only, then if somebody says us to invest 20,000, we are really will we follow that suggestion? No, na? Even if they say something also, then we will analyze the suggestion which is given by them. Then we will do on that. Means
Any
like
more questions,
just give
guys? You can.
importance to what they are saying. Yeah, yeah, go on.
Any more questions, guys? You can put it in the form, or you can put it in chat, or you can also unmute yourself. Any more questions?
And while taking feedback, also we should choose a right person who can give a good feedback for us. It's not everyone, like we can ask our teachers, our parents, or best friends, or like our colleagues who can give a good feedback. It's not like the person who is always criticizing us need not be a bad person to give a feedback, because like from those things only we can learn also. I mean, a friend will be like, whatever you say, he says like it's very good, very good. Then that is not going to help us. So even a best critic can be your negative friend also. So he can be also your good friend in the negative aspect. So you can continue maintaining the relationship with them always.
Uh,
Because it is the thing that stress always helps us to improve a lot. Without stress, we are not going to do anything. So it's like there are concepts like stress and distress. Stress is the thing which will push us forward, and distress is the thing which pulls us back. So like if you have fear of exams, you'll study. So we are not like a lot of people I know, even myself also. I'm not going to study like whole year for the exam. When like I know that the exam is going to be there in a month or two, then I'll start studying. So that is the stress. And distress is the thing is like I'll not study till the exam date. Like suppose I'm having exam tomorrow, and till today I'm like enjoying, and tomorrow to start the distress will start. like I'm good for nothing, I'm not going to study anything. So these things will start. So the eustress we should maintain. So that is how the critics will help us if we take it in a positive sense.
Any more questions, guys? You can always unmute or put in chat as well. Just look if there are any more responses. The form doesn't have any more responses. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I should thank you.
No, really. I mean, I think emotional intelligence is very important nowadays. How you adapt to other people and
Hmm.
how to, I think that is very, very necessary.
Yeah,
And
very
what you said
necessary
about
nowadays.
listening,
Hmm.
there are very few people who actually genuinely listen. I think that is a quality we should try and learn.
Yeah. So and it should be cultured even from the parents also be should made aware of this, and even the school should start about this. They should work on this because the school is the main thing that can culture a lot of things. So like if the schools start these things, or the, like from counselors or something, like they should have a class on like once in a week or twice in a month or like that, then they can culture these things. It should be started from the childhood itself.
For sure. So thank you so much. I hope the students got an idea about EQ and how
Yeah.
to improve their EQ. I think that is way more important than IQ. So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Yeah,
the
thank you.
wonderful
You're
insight.
welcome.
Thank you so
Bye. Bye. Bye.
much. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.